officially a meeting in the ladies' room.
Yeah, like that.
Yes. Ladies, are we making dinner or are you making reservations? We're busy. It's not like it used to be when our parents and grandparents, were, in relations and raising children. We're, we're trying to balance, being a mother as well as, being a wife or a partner.
You nailed it. You really did. Because, and I get that.
That's true.
Like, what we gonna eat? You be like, don't cook. It's always have to cook. And then you be like, cooking what? Hot dogs. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Girl, what's up?
So, right. My first instinct says no. Absolutely not, right?
That's what we said. But I know, I could based on some experience. I've took back a cheated and tried it, and then it don't work. But then I think sometimes based on your relationships, like boyfriend and girlfriend, I think that you can always try to take it back and go back and forth, and then you leave the situation and move on. But most of the time, you see a married couple, they try to work it out if it's kids or they have established things together. So sometimes it's harder for them to separate than it is for people who are just in a relationship. So sometimes I feel like some relationships can work through the cheating, some can't, but some marriages work more through the cheating than they need to. So I mean, that's just my opinion. So what do you guys think?
I hear you. I'm gonna wait. Go ahead, Kimberly. You look like you
Well, for me, if I am speaking personally, if you cheat on me, no, I think it's a no for me. Like, I'm not gonna say that I can't forgive you and I can heal from it, but I just don't trust you. So once the trust is gone, for me, it's the relationship it's just over. I've been there, done that, and it wasn't a good space for me. And it put me in a bad headspace. So, and normally I'm a person who likes to know why did it happen in the first place. Like, I like to know details. How did it lead up to it? And so I know this is gonna make the situation worse. So no, I can't do it. No.
Okay. What about you, Miss Disa? What are your thoughts?
Of course, initially the answer would be no. And I feel like, yeah, no. But in cases of individuals who desire to change or desire to grow, take responsibility of their actions, I think you can gain trust again with a cheater. Of course, I really do believe that it would be a long process. It's not overnight. It would take time. And also, I'm a firm believer that when people are governed by actions, like if you are an individual, if he's an individual or she's an individual that doesn't mind breaking rules or doing anything that they desire to do, then they don't have the discipline to govern their ways of telling lies. So it's a domino effect. Like, if you have to have things that you don't stand for. There has to be things that I just will not do. For that person to have the stamina or the discipline to say, I'm not going to do this again. I'm sorry for what I have done. But when you kind of like do whatever, you kind of have that, like, there's nothing that I won't do, everything's open, whatever. I just feel that they would, because there's nothing there that they stand for. So, that's my stance on that.
I'm actually with you in some ways. So I'm gonna go through the chat before I give my response to this question, because first of all, Marshallette, hi, thank you for checking in. She said, thank you so much. Silky Savage says, we're looking great. Thank you very much. And K Boogie says, hello, Queens. Hey, K Boogie, how you doing? Can I trust a cheater again? Hell to the no, right? And then, so let's keeping it realistic. I have forgiven and chosen not to forget, but still forgiven, and then tried to trust, and it happened again. So at that point, it was just a matter of, okay, how do we disembody this relationship and move on? And so, damage kept happening. But then I want to look at it from a different perspective. Have you ever cheated? Have all of you been faithful? I know personally, when I was younger, my thought process was, we're not married, and most likely, if you have a chance to cheat, you're going to. And life is short. I was really young. That was my perspective. And so I did, and I wanted to be forgiven, but I wasn't so quick to forgive. So definitely that hypocritical double standard there, right? But again, when I tried to adopt that same thought process, okay, let me forgive, let me give a person a chance to change. Again, they did the same type of stuff. So I honestly, at this point, I would rather not be with a person who would cheat. Hands down. And I absolutely would not myself. So I think that's how it should be. It's another one of those things about being on the same page, right? Blazer Business says Christians are supposed to forgive. Does that mean you need to stay in the relationship, though? What's your opinion, Blazer?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I think what we misunderstand is forgiving does not necessarily mean forgetting. Correct. You can forgive all day long and then not forgetting. I am an adamant person about not forgetting, because forgetting prevents the situation from happening again. You have to remember why you didn't do it. So forgetting is just, you can't forget, but right. You can forgive. But they're two separate things. They're not the same thing.
No.
Yeah. I agree with Blazer. Yep.
They are not.
Eric says it depends on one's own strength, how God leads that person. God forgave us in more ways than we can think. Bottom line, can you forgive and trust again? You can forgive, but you don't have to trust. You don't even have to be involved with that person. Now, right, I've never been married, so I can't speak from a marital perspective. I do not believe in divorce, which is partially why I'm not married, because there's some divorceable folks out here. Let's just keep it honest. Sophie Savage only talks to women that like women, but that to me has nothing to do with cheating. So she likes women, so she's okay with cheating. Is that what you're saying? Because then would it really be cheating? Just saying. So Kim, have you ever cheated in your relationship?
I have not. I am a person who believes in, if I'm with that person, I'm with that person. I'm okay with being with one person at a time, which is the reason why I take cheating so serious. So it's okay, I feel like if I can be committed, you should be able to too. And a lot of people like to place label on things as far as male and female, but no, I think you are who you are. You can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever it is you want to do. It's all about choices at the end of the day. I do know that some people have issues in that department more than others. But as we like to say, we can forgive and we can forgive and then we can trust again. But if we have all that hope and faith that we can forgive and we can trust again, then we can stay faithful too. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
What's up, Lisa? Have you ever cheated?
I need to shut my mouth. I'm just like, I guess
Sound like some
the
tea.
pro-black piece was getting ready to come out of me, and I'm gonna shut my mouth.
That is funny.
No, you can say it. Go ahead. Say
Like, we
it.
can't, like we get past each other. Like if your person's trying to grow, but we forgave that damn man like it was nobody, and I mean the man. We forgave him, and he ain't even asked for forgiveness.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yes,
I don't even know what we talk about. Like, yeah, forgive me, brother. Keep it going. You ain't forgive. We forgive. Oh, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be good. Well, we need to learn to forgive each other and get over it.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, I don't have to get back in a relationship with you. We don't have to do that. But you're still my brother. So therefore, we're going to still engage and do what we're going to do and talk and communicate and so forth. And you're going to evolve eventually, and I'm going to evolve eventually. Because if you can forgive him and he ain't asked for no forgiveness, then surely you can forgive your own people.
I hear you. I do. That's real. That's real.
On my mind. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's real. What about you, Ronnie? Have you ever cheated?
And so when that experience happened to me, I didn't like it either. So as I matured and got older, that was something I said I would never do. So now, I don't do any cheating. I was to get involved and have a relationship with someone because I didn't like it, and I know it would hurt them. So this point on, I like you said, you have to grow, take responsibility, and once I took responsibility for what I did to someone, that's why I think one of my relationships, I kind of like forgave him, thought he would change, but when I felt it didn't happen and he did it again, then I separated myself from that, so.
You went out, sis.
Audio problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jump back in when you're ready. I'm just checking.
Yeah, I don't know the muting, but yeah, I won't do that again moving forward. Like any cheating, because like I said, I had to grow. I took responsibility for my own actions when I did something wrong.
Yeah. Oh, we lost her.
Oh.
Okay. So I just want to acknowledge these comments real quick while she comes back. So Silky Savage talking about he did agree, so there won't be a such thing as cheating. Eliminate the problem before it starts. You were funny. I'm not even going to get started with you today. Blazer co-signing the pro-black. Yeah, okay. So Eric says divorce doesn't mean broken. It can be a road to a better life. I totally agree with that. I honestly do believe, though. What? Hello? Okay. I honestly do believe, though, that if I'm going to anticipate a divorce, or if I even consider that might be a possibility, why even walk down the aisle? Why even get started in that situation, especially when it's a person who cheats? Like, come on, just be free. Leave the good single women who are healthy and happy and mature alone, and just go have some fun. Have fun.
Right.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I don't believe that because I'm divorced, and that was infidelity happened in my marriage a lot, and it just got to the point where it really breaks down the relationship, and I don't think I think it's I guess it depends on what type of person you are, but for me, cheating in a marriage, it cut deeper to me than if I was in a relationship. But either way, and I've learned, hey, I can forgive, and like I said, you made a decision, and I just move on. Hey, it's a process that I have to go through within myself of healing and whatever, and getting back to a happier me. But I don't think you have it doesn't mean broken. You have to get to that point though. But because everybody is different, everybody takes things different. Some people are a little stronger than others, but I don't believe that you have to be broken.
No, I can agree with that. I do believe that there's it's a feeling of violation, right? So you're somewhere telling someone all our deepest, darkest, sharing all the laundry and telling someone else the things you don't like about me, if you're even acknowledging me at all. But typically, it's some shoulder that he's leaning on. I don't like this, that at home. But we've never even had the conversation. I've never had an opportunity to even address what it is that the person had a problem with. So I do believe that there's levels to cheating. I remember in our episode last week, Eric was talking about not getting affection or attention or something like that in your relationship. And, right? I was just wondering if that's a reason for a person to cheat. Is it a conversation first? Is it a discussion? How is it addressed? If you're going to cheat because you have those type of qualms in your relationship, why aren't you leaving instead? Why aren't you breaking up the person or separating?
It's definitely not a reason to cheat. It's a justification that people use as their reason to cheat.
Right.
Yeah.
So as long as we start, when we start accepting once more the word of accountability and not using excuses or justifications, then you take control of your behavior, the things that you do. But when we come across individuals who use those excuses, it's never me, it's something else.
Where's the other guy?
All the time. So at that point, then you're dealing with, it's always going to be something other than themselves.
For sure.
When everything actually comes back to self, they're not taking accountability for it. So at that point, you got to kind of like, okay, I see where you're at. You're not there yet, and then kind of put yourself in a safe space because you see what it is with the individual.
Right. So Blazer has asked several questions. The first question is, y'all have cheated before? You might have missed. 2 of us said yeah, 2 of us said no. And then your second question was, do women ever take accountability? So yeah. So if 2 women have admitted cheating and 2 women have admitted not cheating, there's levels.
I've never admitted.
You would never admit it?
No, I went into my people rage.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where I was at.
So two of us have not admitted to whether they did or didn't, and 2 of us have acknowledged that in the past we have, and definitely were able to point out how it didn't feel great when it happened to us. Now, me myself, I was a vengeful cheater, so it was like, you know what I mean? It was revenge, right? You didn't call me for 2 or 3 days. Most likely, you were doing something you had no business doing. So, fuck them. That's just how I felt about it, right? And then, of course, when we were back on track, it was like, how can you be mad at me? But you love me. What do you mean you're angry with me? I'm so not. Listen, I have some issues. Might have been a little narcissistic in the past. And also, it was a matter of hurt feelings too. So like Eric mentioned, like I said last week, feeling rejected or feeling neglected, or I don't know, just things felt different, and not being able at the time to have those conversations and say, look, this is not working for me, babe. What are we doing? Or what's different? Or is there something that you're feeling that you're not talking to me about? Because I can feel the change, but nothing's being said. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure what you mean, Silky, but he said if you're cheating and felt bad, would you tell your spouse? Like I said, I've never been married, so those who have been married, I guess that's for y'all.
I wouldn't even touch that at all when you're married. No, not one bit. If I got to apologize about it, I'm not even going to touch it.
Yeah.
Right, because you thought about doing it before you did it. So
right,
I don't understand. It's not going to soften the blow. So no.
Right.
Like, that's right, exactly.
Like, where's the pause button on that one? Like, let me just reconsider and redirect, right?
I saw that someone said, do women ever take accountability? Of course we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do when we want to.
Right.
And there may be some that doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's a general question because,
yes.
that's like the thing of, do men ever do? I mean, yeah, some do, some don't.
Some don't. That's
It
life.
is. Some is wiser, some are not wiser. Some have exposure, some don't have exposure. Some been married, some hasn't. We can't speak for all women, but we can say that the ones that do take accountability don't have a problem taking accountability. Those that do have a problem, they're probably stifled in the level of development.
Right. Just like men.
Pick wisely, choose wisely. Don't just go into one because she's available. Choose the better one. Get the best ice cream at the store. Leave the food line alone. Go and get you some Briars or go to Ben's and start upgrade you, baby. Upgrade. Go find something that you like.
Yeah. Let's get the name brand. Stop doing the off brand stuff.
Yes.
So Silk talk about some toxic Busader. You be quiet. You can't talk about nobody being toxic.
What they say?
Right. With his comment.
Right. Blazer said it's all caps. So here's my question. Have you never met a woman who takes accountability? Like, have you never met the type of woman that you say you it's not out there? I'm confused. Like,
me too.
I'm leaving it alone.
Come to self. That would still come back to him. That would still, if you say that you've never met a woman, but guess what? It is not about that woman.
Right.
That comes back to you.
Right.
That comes
choose
back
better.
to you.
Just like we said, choose better. You know.
She said you are what you attract. You are what you attract. Blazer said 1%. So all it takes is one, though, right? Like it only takes one. You don't need.
But with a mindset like that, how can you even begin to have a healthy relationship with a woman if you feel like that's all you're gonna get? Like it's just 1%. Like how can you expect a healthy relationship if that's your mindset? I don't understand.
What does an accountable woman look like? What are you looking for to let you know she takes accountability? How do you? These are not my women. Oh, okay, I got you. So what are your women like? What are your women like? If your women are not accountable either, then I definitely would redirect that to you. But if your women are accountable, that means there are accountable women. Like, make it make sense, family.
Right.
Make sense.
You know?
I know I didn't start taking accountability till maybe 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
It could be like, I mean, I was not interested in hearing about what I was doing wrong. Why are we having this conversation?
But you don't take accountability until you do the self-work, until you start looking at your own self, you know, and stop pointing the finger. Then you take accountability because you're able to see yourself in your own faults.
Yeah.
That's right.
You said, huh?
Yeah, but say more about the hood. What's good, unapologetic manhood? Say more about the huh. Let's dig into that, huh? Blazer says I have to get it out of a woman. It's not given freely. I can see that, but I mean, so let's just ask: do you just see a whole lot of men walking around like bragging about what their flaws and their points are? Usually, it takes a conversation, usually between two healthy adults, to even get there. Right? Like, sir, are you a cheater? Sure, I am. Like, that doesn't happen. You know that doesn't happen.
Listen, you won't find out he's a cheater until after he's cheated on you.
And had 2 kids on the side, you know, got a whole wife in Guam somewhere. Like, come on.
Let's not eliminate our ability of women's intuition.
Mm-hmm.
I think we get a feel of things. The facts might not come out until we find, until after. But we get a little feel of something.
Yeah.
But
you know,
that makes us crazy. She's crazy.
Yeah.
She figured out. We might know all the way down to like the minute details what's happening, right? Right. He said men talk about that all the time. Not just randomly. Come on. And then if he told the truth, would you still stay? If he told the truth, knowing that it was going to be easy to do it again, no.
I have when I was young.
Yeah.
When I was younger, a matter of fact, the first one, they gave me a ring. The first one.
I'm listening. My tea is on.
He's right here. But nonetheless, when I was young, he did tell me. Mm-hmm. I was thinking, did he tell me more than one time? But anyway, he sat down with me, and he had a mature conversation with me because he had gave me the ring and stuff, and he told me what he had done. And I'll tell you what, I respected him. I respected that. I really did respect. See, but I was like a different kind of. I've had dudes that like sit next to me and be like, and this was all while I was younger, and they'd just be like, they would just tell me something like honest, coming from them, right? And without it being another show, I'm not going to go in there. They would tell me something honest, and I just look at them and I'd be like, okay. And then when I tell my sisters this story or whatever, I go in depth, they're like, I would have been mad. And I was like, no, he just told me something that he felt was, that he wanted to share with me. It was true. I didn't get upset. As a matter of fact, I took what he said in my younger's ear and took heed. And I went ahead and executed what it was that he suggested because it had truth to it. So yeah, that I think that honesty is a great policy because it gains, even though I didn't like the act, I gained trust because you were honest. And it didn't take a bunch of stuff for it to come. He just was like, look, I did this, I messed up, and I did, wrong.
Yeah. No, I feel you. And as we're wrapping up, I just want to say, yeah, it's cool to be honest. It's cool to tell the truth. It doesn't mean I have to stay, but at least I respect that you told me the truth. Because again, you may have told me, and then 9 months from now, you papa to some child somewhere. So I appreciate your honesty, sir. Thank you. No, unapologetic manhood. Not personally, no. Some women are into polygyny and polygamy. I'm personally not. I don't believe in sharing, knowingly or unknowingly. I'm very, very vocal about that. Eric,